Did you know that there's a method you can use where you only have to clean your chicken coop out once or twice a year? It's called the deep litter method, and we've been doing it for 3 years, and we love this method. So today I'm going over the pros and the cons, as well as how to manage it properly. First, let's go over the pros of this method, and these are some of the reasons that we started doing it and have been using it for 3 years. The first one is natural composting. With this method, the bedding naturally composts down, and this compost can be used in your garden, as well as it also keeps your coop warmer. And this is especially important for the winter when your chickens may be colder. So instead of having to provide supplemental heat for your chickens, by doing this method, you naturally keep your coop warmer. And this method is safe for your chickens, unlike adding a supplemental heater, which could cause a fire. The next one is reduced cleaning frequency, which I already discussed. With this method, you only need to clean it out completely once or twice a year. The only thing you really need to do once you get the initial setup done is add bedding about once a week or so. The next one's odor control. When this is managed properly, it naturally neutralizes your odor. This also keeps ammonia at bay, which can really harm your chickens. So while we're on the subject of having odor in your chicken coop, we all know that no matter what method you use, your chicken coop's just always not going to be smelling nice. But I have a product to show you today that may help with that. So right here we have the Grubterra Chicken Coop Refresher. Grubterra has sponsored our channel in the past, and today they are sponsoring our channel again, so thank you very much, Grubterra. I opted for the rosemary thyme scent, but they also come in mint. And this bag contains 4 little bags, which is up to a 15-week supply of this chicken coop refresher. And it's 100% natural and safe for you and your chickens. So it's effective up to 5 weeks. So it says here that this is up to a 15-week supply for your chicken coop. And it's really easy to use. All you have to do is pull one of the bags out, open it up, and evenly distribute it on your chicken coop. So I'm pretty sure that you can use this whether you're doing the deep litter method, whether you're not doing the deep litter method. It has a slow release mechanism, so it continues to keep your coop smelling fresh long after you put it on. Like I said, this is effective for 5 weeks. It also extends your coop bedding life itself. So if you're looking to spend a little less money on bedding and also keep your coop smelling nice, this is great. There's literally only 3 ingredients, guys. I mean, you can't even find that in anything anymore. And this is just great. We love their chicken treats. Highly recommend those too. So this is good even if it gets wet. So I highly recommend this. I already put some on and I am impressed. My chicken coop smells better than it was new. I mean, and as we all know, herbs are also good for your chickens and will keep down the pests too. So go check this out. Go ahead and purchase it on their website. I'll leave a link below and a 10% off discount code so you can get this even cheaper. And if y'all want, I'll also leave a link for their chicken treats too, because we've absolutely loved them. We feed them to all of our birds, not just our chickens, our ducks, our turkeys, even the quail. Absolutely love them. This method is also cost effective because you're doing less frequent cleanouts, as we've already discussed, and it's making use of those compostable materials. It also promotes healthy microbiome in your chicken coop. The natural decomposition of the bedding encourages that healthy microbiome that keep the bad stuff away. Now that we went over the pros of doing the deep litter method, let's go into the cons. There is no clean out method that will be perfect for every chicken keeper. So the first one is that it does require proper management. Even though it takes less time, is more cost effective, it still needs to be managed properly to work. And this requires regular turning and regular adding to the bedding. It also does have the potential for ammonia buildup. If you do not manage it properly, it can build up ammonia over time. And we know how important it is to keep ammonia at bay in your chicken coop. Again, also, if not managed properly, can attract mites, lice, rodents, things that can make your chicken sick and make chicken keeping an undesirable experience. While it is easier to manage this method than cleaning it out all the time, there is a labor-intensive initial startup because you have to add on a lot of bedding in the beginning. The yearly and a couple times a year coop cleanouts are also very labor intensive because all that bedding that you've just been adding on to has to come out. This method isn't ideal for all climates. In wet or humid climates, you may find more problems than in a dry and cool climate, like mold and other odors due to it being too moist. So we do live in a hot and humid climate here. I choose to still do this method. I just clean it out twice a year, which I found online. Some people do clean it out twice a year and some people clean it out once a year. So how many times you clean it out is going to be up to you and what's best for your chickens. And last, this method does require a lot of space. So you do need extra space in your coop to be building up that bedding. Because if you're just adding on, that's going to take up a lot of space in your coop. So you need to have extra space so that your chickens can still live comfortably. So now I'm just going to quickly go over how to manage the deep litter method properly. This is not going to be in-depth or expert or complicated. I'm just going to quickly go over some of the key points of managing this properly. So the first thing I want to discuss about the deep litter method and how to manage it properly is that you need to choose an absorbent, natural absorbent litter. I choose to use pine shavings, but there are other ones out there. So if you don't want to do pine shavings, just go ahead and do a little research and figure out what's going to work best for you. When you first start doing this method, you want to start with a 3 to 4 inch layer of whatever bedding you choose to use. It's going to be very thick initially at first, but afterwards you're not going to continue to add this much at a time. The next thing is that every few days to once a week, you're going to want to add new litter on top of the existing litter. So how often you need to do this is going to depend on the size of your coop, how many chickens you're keeping, that kind of stuff. So just when it starts to be dirty and when you would clean it out normally, just add some on top instead. Another thing is just make sure that you are keeping this as dry as possible. Wet is the enemy of this method. It can make your chickens very sick. And the last thing I have to share is you want to clean this out periodically, so once or twice a year, again, depending on the size of your coop, how many chickens you're keeping, how dirty it gets. You want to do a complete clean out of your coop. Now, if you want to learn how to do this step by step, I have a video up on our channel. I will leave it linked so that you can go ahead and watch that if you need to. The one last thing I want to mention about the deep litter method is that it does not need to be only used on chickens. This can also be used on ducks, geese, quail, turkeys. We even use it with our cows and in their stalls. So obviously we're not using pine shavings with our cows, but with mulch on the floor of their stall, we keep adding instead of taking it all out every time we clean out. So we just keep adding and adding and adding, and as it's decomposing down, and then like once a year we come in and we take it all out and we start over. So pretty simple, really easy, and keeps your chicken coop and other animal stalls healthier.
Well, how to made them? What did you do?
I put on that coop refresher over there.
How to made them, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
You think the chickens are gonna like it?
Yeah.
Doesn't smell stinky.
Nope.
So share your thoughts in the comments below. If you have any questions, go ahead and share those too. We always answer our questions in the comments, so we should get back to you soon. If you've been doing the deep litter method, I would love to hear your thoughts on it that you can share with others. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is there reasons why you do or don't like it? So make sure you guys share. You may be helping someone out. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful to you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Share it out with other chicken keepers you may know. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe.